I'm Paul Hobday, and I'm author of The DECEIT Syndrome and a former GP. I've been asked before what has inspired me as a GP to write a book. Well, the answer is very simple. It's my anger at the destruction of the NHS, a rightly cherished and valued institution that defines our country. I was a GP for over 30 years and continually had to fight to protect Bevan's founding principles of universality. The fact that it was comprehensive and free at the point of need, paid for and provided by us all through our taxation, which is the fairest way to spread the burden. Ever since its birth in July 1948, most governments have undermined it, so I felt the need to try and expose and oppose their often clandestine, subtle and damaging dismantling policies. In 2015, I was angry enough to stand for Parliament on a Save the NHS ticket. All these efforts made very little difference, unfortunately, and I was a bit despairing. Then one day, I thought I'd try a different approach to try and engage the public. Write a hopefully entertaining but educative novel about what is happening in front of our eyes, but which most, unfortunately, are blind. The synopsis is straightforward. Rob Bagent is an experienced NHS GP, the only job he ever wanted. Becoming more and more alarmed about the extra misery and sickness he sees on a daily basis, his concern turns to anger when he realises this is a direct result of government policy. His patients are suffering and his beloved NHS is being dismantled by political zealots. An ideology has been dictating all our lives for decades, but few have even heard of it. Even fewer could explain it. Most have been brainwashed that it is the only way. Neoliberalism has taken over the world. Imposed dishonestly, undemocratically and by stealth, it affects every part of our lives from cradle to grave. Where and how we are born, educated, work, play, consume and die. Even the afterlife has been privatised. Rob now understands the long-term clandestine plan to commercialise healthcare so that a small group can make their fortunes. Why can't others see it? Friends and colleagues ridicule his protests. Even his new wife thinks he is a little paranoid. But the more he looks into it, the more he grasps that the plan goes far beyond the NHS. There is a sinister establishment plot for big business, mainly from the USA, to take over literally everything, including government. It will be irreversible. Bagent is amazed to learn the elite and the appeasers before the war sowed the first seeds. Rob realises these people will go to any length to change the world to their advantage. But who are they? Who can he trust? And why is he being threatened? He begins to fear for his own safety. Nothing is to be allowed to get in the way of this revolution. Most of the scandals in Rob's lifetime seem to be linked. They all begin to make sense and fit together. Will the world wake up in time, or will evil prevail? Can he help turn the tide against the forces of the establishment, or will he go under first?